break off like social media and Twitter and stuff like that. But have you just been seeing the conversation that's going around surrounding Xbox, bro? We have to.
Overall?
This is overall. We gotta tell the
Oh yeah, yeah,
truth,
yeah.
bro.
Shit's
We
been
got
crazy.
we gotta tell the truth, man. We gotta tell the truth for real, bro.
I mean, I'm taking a break, but it's like, I'm still peeking in and seeing shit.
Peeking in
So
to see the top, yeah, to see what's going on.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro. We gotta tell the truth, man. We can't lie to these people, bro. We gotta tell the truth. What's really going on outside, yo? For real.
Man, listen. I don't know. It's getting to a weird point that I don't know. I used to find entertainment in this console worship, but I don't know.
Bro,
I don't like this arc. I don't
yeah,
like this. Just kind
you
of
know what it
boring.
is. The longer that we're in it, at least I could speak for myself. The longer that I'm in it, like it's just redundant. For a lot
Yeah,
of it's redundant.
too redundant. It's like, all
The thing
right,
is, nobody's original anymore. No one's cracking like
Mm.
original jokes. It's just the same old shit recycled. And me and you have been here for some time now, like, at least in the Twitter streets, in the crumbs, and Twitter in it deep. So it might
Right.
be different faces, but it's just the same content repeated. So sometimes I may indulge and engage with some dumb shit, but a lot of the times these days, as you guys can see, I don't. Right? So it's just, bro. We gotta talk, man. We gotta talk. I think Xbox might be at that point, though. It might be at that point where
Saga.
anything, not even that, but anything they do, they get cooked. I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see that more than ever now.
Mm.
I'm trying to see that more than anything. I think so. I
Ah,
think so. I think
I
so.
don't.
Because if
I don't
we're
know.
seeing,
I
if
do.
we're
I
seeing
do
people
think.
gas up the PlayStation 5's 2024 lineup, which people are gassing it up on the timeline. People,
Oh
people
yeah,
are
yeah.
gassing up.
That's. I mean,
And they're
It's not
really
a
going
bad
crazy.
list
They're
of
going
games, but
they're
it's
going
not the
stupid
first party
critical on
shit.
this. That's crazy. It might get to the point that like we might be there. We were talking about it last time on the podcast where I touched up on it that you don't want to go to the route where Xbox is like Android and PlayStation is Apple type of situation. If you get to that point, it's GG. No matter what they do, it's over. It's over. And it's starting to look like that a little bit to me,
It
man.
might be there already. It
It might
might
start
be
to look
there
like, because it
already.
doesn't matter. Even when shit doesn't look alright, even when shit look alright, the type of flame it's catching, I'm like, holy, like, damn, bro. Yeah, like, this is crazy. It doesn't work all of this. And the
Well,
funny thing is, I have no.
well, it's when your competition is at that level. You gotta either come at the same level or better, or your shit is gonna just be looking like, all right, that's average, that's okay. In the internet, it's either mid or fire,
Yeah,
or trash or
there's no,
fire. So
there's no
there's no
nuance
in
in any sort
between.
of, there's no nuance
Yeah.
in any sort of conversation. It's either this
So
shit fucking sucks
and-
or this shit's fire, bro. No
Right.
nuances
So
at all.
that's the thing about them trying to right the ship in this era, or at least on social media. I'm not even talking about outside, but in this era, shit is either trash or fire. So
Yeah.
it's
Gaming
tough.
is so
It's
what
tough.
gaming is so much more than that. You know what I mean? It's so much more nuance to this than either,
Yeah.
yo, this shit is hot, this is just stupid fire, 10 out of 10, and this shit's just pure garbage. It don't really work like that. But we're gonna get into it. We definitely gonna get into it. I guess address the people. I do want to get a bottle of water. My
Yeah.
I'm a little parched. I'll be right back.
All right, for sure, for sure. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Definitely want to do a couple shout outs before we get going. We got Cynthia with the first comment in the chat. Shout out to you. My boy Y Band Craft in the building. We got DX Taker. What's good? What's good? Bias Gamer said first person master race for Indiana Jones. Yes, sir. Nate New York. What's good? What's good? Rich homie Sean. We see y'all. PlayStation Rewind. Blade X. Blaze Pyro. My boy Yokio in the building. Any Yu-Gi-Oh topics? Somebody put Yokio on timeout, please. We is not talking about that dog shit. King Darian in the building. Roxas. Jaren Stamps. Oguero, is that how you say that? Guero, Xbox trash.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Them boys is in the chat. Yes, sir. We see y'all.
Shout out to
For
y'all,
real,
man.
for
Shout out
real.
to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I also want to shout out. I heard you shouting out people. I also want to shout out all the possible first-time listeners of Good Gaming. You know what I mean? I recently dropped my review for The Last of Us Remastered Part 2, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. And
AKA director's cut, AKA this should have been free.
and the reception of it is actually, even with my criticisms, the reception overall is quite positive for the video. It's almost about to reach 7K views, so I'm very happy about that. It seems like the
Nice,
reviews are doing
nice.
really good on the channel. They're doing really good. So I will continue to produce high quality reviews for you guys. Hopefully Helldivers 2 will be the next one. I'm pretty sure PlayStation, will be sending that over very soon. Shout out to my people at PlayStation. You already
Oh yeah,
know.
that drawing just went gold.
Yes, sir. So I should, if I get it early enough, I can make something fire. You guys already know. If I get something early enough, I can make something really, really fire. So I just want to shout out everyone who's been supporting me as I've been evolving, putting more effort into my craft. I appreciate everybody showing up, those who do, and supporting and hitting the like button. The videos take a long time. I promise you that. They definitely do take a long time. So when y'all do show up, it does encourage me to do more. But also, it's doing good casting the net, J-Man. So I don't even mind. It's doing casting the net. A lot of new viewers. A lot of new viewers be watching the reviews I'm making, man. A lot of them. So I really do like that too. So hopefully we can grow the family even bigger. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the first time listeners. If you're a first time listener, write something in the chat or the comment if you're listening to this after. This is Good Gaming.
Episode 58.
Episode 58. Yeah. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name's Kofi, if you don't know that already, and here I have the best co-host around, my boy Jermaine, aka JMain518.
Shout out to Jermaine's, man. Y'all out here doing great things. So yeah, man. Shout out to the chat. Definitely back checking in with the podcast. Definitely feel good to be here. A lot to talk about. Xbox. Yeah, last week was very Xbox focused.
Yeah.
This week we still got some Xbox stuff to talk about too. So I'm glad though. It's nice to switch it up, not just be like fucking PlayStation dominant or Nintendo. We talk about Nintendo a little bit. Nintendo kind of be quiet. They just drop the game, so they don't really, they don't really be in the headlines like that. So Xbox is definitely in the forefront of the news cycle. And they got some games to show, and they got games coming out. So I'm grateful to be able to talk about that and hear with the people for show.
Definitely. If you're not subscribed to my boy J-Main, his channel link is in the description right now. So
yes, sir.
Man, he makes great content as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying to put out a video actually today after the show.
Good,
I'm gonna record something. So definitely got to talk about that Indiana Jones.
That's
for
good.
sure.
That's good. So before we get into the topics of the week, what you been playing, J-Man? What you been on, man? Before all of that, J-Man. Patreon. We dropped the epised finally.
Oh shit! Yes, we did. We came through for the Patreon boys, man. We dropped a new episode for y'all.
Please go check.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a definitely fire episode. If you ain't over there, get over there because we definitely coming hard in 2024.
We back.
We brainstorming about ideas for the Patreon. We asking y'all for ideas for the Patreon. So definitely get over there and check it out. Check it out, man.
Yes, sir.
It's definitely something for y'all.
I just want to put that out there. But yeah, Jimmy, what you been playing?
What I've been playing. So last week, we kind of talked about the Valhalla DLC, but I don't think I talked about me actually playing it. So I did finish that up, of course, over like the break and shit like that. Fantastic DLC. I put about 30 extra hours into the game just off that DLC alone, and I still didn't get like everything unlocked and shit like that. So maybe in the future I'll go back. I still got to do like a new game plus run of that game. So maybe somewhere down the line, I'll go back and do that. I'm working on the Control DLC. I'm actually at the end of Control DLC, and then I'm gonna be starting Alan Wake 2 soon.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna be getting one of those 40 series super cards, so I'm finally upgrading my PC. Yeah, it's happening, people. It's fucking happening.
Finally.
So I'm upgrading so I could play more games on PC, and we're gonna go from there. What else I've been playing? Oh, Prince of Persia. I didn't start the actual game yet, but I did play the demo, which is, a nice taste of what you're getting in that game. Can't wait to start the game. I'm probably going to be starting it up this weekend, but I've played and finished up the demo. Definitely scratches that Metroidvania itch that I've been having, because out of nowhere, like, I just got the urge to play Ori, like, again. And I'm like, damn, I want to play that shit again. But then that demo came out, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted in a Metroidvania type of game. So enjoyed playing that, and then I'll be working on that, and then Last of Us Part 2, the remaster. I want to play that no return mode, so I'll be getting into that too this weekend.
Yes, sir. The games I've been playing, pretty much I've been spending a lot of time obviously on no return, trying to polish up my review and put that out there. But now that the review is complete, I will not be returning to no return. I'm
God
good.
damn.
I will not be returning. I'm good. I played enough of it.
There will be no return.
I think I've seen all I can. I have all the characters unlocked. I think I've seen all I can. I get it. The last one. We're gonna get into it. But I've been playing no return. But I'm pretty much wrapping that up. I'm done. But I've been playing Persona 5 Tactica. I'm back on it heavy. I'm trying to do this one game at a time, super focused type shit before, I be getting distracted too much. It's too much great things to play right now. You know what I mean? So, Persona 5 Tactica, I've been playing that. And let me tell you something. The game starts off really slow. It starts off really slow. But boy, once you progress and you start to, the game starts to open up and you get access to more personas and more of the characters and stuff. It's really fun, man. That game is really fun. I'm really enjoying myself with Persona 5 Tactica. It's really good. Okay. It's making me want to play Persona 5 all over again. I think I'm gonna run that back again for a third time.
Can we not?
For a third time. I think I'm gonna run it back.
I just need Persona 5 to rest. Y'all done beat that thing into the ground, dog. They say y'all keep playing that shit over again. They never gonna make 6. They not gonna make 6. They're like, motherfuckers are still on Persona 5 Tactica, Persona 5 Royale, Persona 5.
See, this is why I tell you know what, Jamie, I tell people. Persona 5 was my first Persona. Was my first Persona. Don't call me a Persona fan. I'm a Persona 5 fan. That's what I am. I'm not a Persona fan. I'm a Persona 5 fan.
Keep it real. Got to keep it real. That's facts.
You know what I mean? So
I'm the same way. I've only played 4 and 5.
I can't talk about anything else. Yeah, Persona 5, absolutely love that game. I do plan on replaying it again, and of course I do want to play the remake of Persona 3. I think
Persona 3. Yeah,
I think
I'm on
the
that.
Quality of life changes is there. It does look visually like Persona 5, and the gameplay style looks more like Persona 5. So I will be checking it out.
Yeah. When does that come out? Is that a January game?
I think that's literally next month. That's next month. It's February that it dropped.
Okay, so it's not this month. Good. Oh yeah, February 2nd. Oh, that's the same day as ain't that? No, Helldivers is the week after. Okay, so yeah, Persona 3 Reload, and I think it's gonna be on Game Pass. So shout out to Game Pass. Definitely want to play that.
Yeah, but I will be playing that on PlayStation. I need that platinum if I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, you gotta go. I don't know. You said you ain't really fuck with Persona 4 Golden.
The funny thing is, I might need to give it a second chance. It's just so hard. I wish I played it first. Because I love the music, the characters seem cool, but it's hard. It's so hard to go back. Personally, for me, I don't know what it is about it. It's just if I played it first, I'm pretty sure I would have enjoyed it.
It's a different style. It's like how
I have to go
Persona 5 just
first.
more
I don't know. It's
bit.
hard to go back, bro. It's hard to go back. It's tough. I'm gonna have to try it again though, because I really do. Even just the music in that game is just so fire.
Persona 4 music. Oh my god,
that shit. I can't even lie, bro. That shit
probably all the Personas. That's probably like a standout is the music in the game and the characters and shit like that. Gameplay is good too, though. But I know a lot of people talk about the music in these games.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all. That's all that I'm pretty much playing. I'm waiting to see. Like we mentioned, I'm waiting to see if PlayStation is gonna send over the code for Helldivers 2, which I think, like you said, it's gone gold. So hopefully by next week we got it. I got it. Then I'm on down working on the review for you guys. So there's that. All right, so Jamie, let's get into some of these topics, man. Let's get into some of these topics. I do want to start off with The Last of Us and get it kind of out of the way.
Yeah, we could do that.
The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. The reviews are here. From the content creators, from the critics, and currently it's sitting at a 90 on Metacritic. Which is not surprising, right? It's still The Last of Us Part 2. It's still a great game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not shocked by the Metacritic that it's still a 90. Pretty much my whole take for the Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, that I actually have no issues that they brought it over to PS5, Jamie. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot did that too. They just re-released the game on PS5. They didn't call it a remaster, but they re-released the game on PS5. Shit, I kind of wish Sekiro kind of did that too. Like, drop the game on PS5 for the people who want to buy a PS5 quote-unquote version. You know what I mean? Maybe a physical copy or something like that. I'm not mad at that. I think where I'm a little disgruntled, J-Main, is the fact that they're running around calling this shit a remaster, bro. I think that's where I'm a little bit disgruntled with it, because I'm telling you, I promise you, J-Main, no bullshit. side by side. I was playing the PS4 version, PS5 version. You can't tell no difference, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you straight up. You can't tell no difference.
Nah, I watched the comparison. They had Digital Foundry zooming in like 500%, and I was still like, bro, that's it.
You can't tell.
Like,
it's the truth. Can't tell no difference. The truth is, you can't tell no difference, bro, between the two. And this is supposed to be a remaster. Right. I get it. Okay. But J-Main, they're making the deal sweet. They're adding some extra content in there for you boys, right? So guess what? You could play The Last of Us Part 2 again with Ellie wearing a Death Stranding shirt, bro. And a Killzone shirt, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. We need to buy this. We got to repackage this and rebuy this game. We could play the game.
But you know, shirt, bro. But they do shit like that, and they know it's going to be those nerds that are gonna play each playthrough in a different shirt. That's when you get those people that be like, oh, I have like 2,000 hours in The Last of Us. How the fuck you got 2,000 hours? Ain't no multiplayer. Oh yeah, I beat it each time in a different shirt. Like, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
Okay, Jamie. Nah, they made the deal even sweeter. Okay, you know what? Now you know that guitar mode from the main mission. Now you can go to the main menu and select it and play the guitar.
Yeah. Actually, I ain't gonna say. I think this feature is a little cool. Only because
I said in my review, I think it's neat too, because I know some people are gonna do creative things with it. But
yeah, they're gonna do some fly shit with that, making full songs and
make a song,
original songs.
I get it.
And then they got different instruments. You know, they got the banjo, the electric guitar.
All guitars.
Yeah, so I do cool. Like that feature.
It's cool, J-Main. But remaster, come on, what are we talking about? Remaster. All right. But the big feature, the big one, is no return, J-Main. No return. That's the one. That's the big one. That's the one that's like, that's the one. No, we dropping this for that.
Right. And fresh, new shit.
Yeah. Like I said, no return is fun. I said it throughout my entire review. It is fun. You know why it is fun? The Last of Us Part 2's gameplay is fun. But there's a little issue here, J-Main. The issue that I personally have is, the little issue is, I personally feel that what they provided is not gonna keep many players for long. It's a nice. I felt like this mode should have launched with the game, because a game like The Last of Us, if we're being 100% real, the replay value is kind of tough. Because sometimes we got to sit through some scenes that we ain't trying to sit through. So this mode is literally perfect for people who just want to get into gameplay and shoot things. Yeah. You understand me?
Yeah.
It's perfect for that. Because the game it's a nice playground, a nice way to explore The Last of Us mechanics and just have fun. So, of course, no return, I was having fun with it. You know what I mean? They're making it a little bit cooler that you get to play as characters that you wouldn't have been able to play before, as Manny. Who was Dina,
Lev, Dina, Jesse,
Yara, Tommy, Joel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't touch this in my review. They all typically play the same, except for.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah, they all play the same, except for Tommy and Joel. And the only reason why they are different, they just can't dodge. Both of those characters can't dodge.
Them old niggas can't.
They can't dodge.
Them old niggas can't dodge.
Low-key, that's like one of the dopest mechanics of The Last of Us Part 2. So now Joel and Tommy can't dodge. So it's not really a good incentive to even pick those characters now. You know what I mean? Because especially when you're playing on the harder difficulty, you can't dodge with Joel or Tommy.
I think they're like more resistant to
they have other little perks. But still, the dodge mechanic is kind of fire, bro. So the fact that they can't dodge, but they can prone. You can prone with Tommy and Joel, but you just can't dodge.
They can, okay. So they really listened to them dumb niggas on Twitter when we was over there like, oh, Last of Us Part 1 should have had, more gameplay improvements with the dodge mechanic. And it was like, oh, Jules is an old man. He can't dodge. Like, oh, really? Motherfuckers is falling from buildings, having shootouts with multiple people, taking down a whole hospital. God forbid if the nigga could, just dodge back a little bit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? That's stupid. That's
weird choice, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's like the only difference between the characters. Each of the characters have kind of a unique loadout, and throughout the course of No Return, they get unique weapons, but it's the weapons that we have experienced in the game. It's nothing new, right? Once again, so like I explained in my review, the problem I have with No Return is that I felt like this would have been the game mode where they could have actually been a little bit more ambitious. They wanted to be ambitious with factions, right? They try to include a whole bunch of shit that people really didn't even really ask for. Y'all just wanted a PvP multiplayer. From me talking to the fans and for y'all who enjoyed the game, y'all just wanted a simple PvP multiplayer, some game modes and some maps. Y'all didn't really care for the whole PvE aspect, has to have storylines and this, that. Y'all just said y'all wanted some multiplayer. That's what y'all told me, at least. I felt like with No Return, low-key, they should have made it a little bit more ambitious. For me, after experiencing all the levels in No Return are locations, encounter locations that you could chapter select in the campaign. Every single one.
Have like, so there's like nothing you original. Know how with Valhalla, you know, it's similar realms, but they have like different portions of the realm that you might have not have seen before. So they didn't do that where it would be like, you know, the same damn location and the same like, you know, section of that location. And that's so
kinda, as soon as you enter the game, right? Every level that you're playing, you're gonna be familiar with it. I don't know about you. Yep. I'm pretty sure you're on your second playthrough of The Last of Us. You just said you were playing it again.
Third.
Right?
I'm on my third playthrough. Yeah.
I played the game about 3 times myself. So once again, I'm hopping in. Yeah, it's cool that I get to be a different character, but like once again, these encounter locations are you know, like we played here before type of situation. You understand me?
Yeah.
Like
The
best part of No Return is the mods, honestly.
Okay.
That's what makes the shit actually interesting. The mods actually make No Return more fun because it actually mixes up the gameplay a little bit in the sense that sometimes you have a filter mod where it'll be black and white or be all red and black, right? They have a mod where enemies are invisible, like clickers and things, which is fun. That's fun. See, like cool little quirky things. It's quirky. It's fun, right?
Now, are those mods randomized when you going throughout the levels? Okay,
they're randomized. Some levels you only have 6 levels, by the way. So runs are quick in the game, by the way. Runs are quick, right? There's only 6 of them. So the mods are randomized. You might get some levels that have mods. You might get some levels that don't, and you get to select your pathway. Right, you can't backtrack. Right. Once you select the pathway, you keep going towards the pathway until you get to the end. You understand?
Yeah. So it's a boss fight at the end. Then
there's a boss fight at the end, and the boss fight is enemies that we have fought in the game. Whether it be a bloater, the Rat King, you know how the Rat King,
Shamblers.
You know the Rat, no, not Shamblers. They're not part of the boss.
No,
you know how the Rat King can split in like in the Rat King boss fight, like the dude splits in half into like 2.
Yeah. Like
one of them is it's an individual boss fight. They made like the skinny dude an individual boss fight on its own. Right?
Okay. So no new enemy types.
There's no new enemies in this, so don't expect any new. They also made the Seraphites, like the bigger enemies, like boss fights too.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the dudes with the
Abby,
the hammer and stuff. Yeah,
cut his fucking face open and shit like that.
Yeah. They made them like boss fights as well. You understand? So there's no new enemies, by the way. Okay, so back to the mods. The mods is probably the nicest thing about this and how it mixes up the gameplay because it just brings another level of uniqueness to it. And there's 4 modes that you could do. There's Assault, where you have to just clear 3 waves of enemies by killing all the enemies. There's a mode where it's losing me a little bit, but you have to pretty much survive until the timer runs out. It's like another situation where enemies just keep on popping until the timer runs out. There's Capture, where you have to go open a safe to proceed or kill all the enemies. And there's another, which is my favorite actually, called Holdout, where it's you pretty much have to protect your AI companion, and they kind of lock off an area, and hordes of infected come in, and you kind of just survive. You see, it really reminds me of like the zombie modes and like back in the day in World at War Call of Duty shit. And that's when it really hit me the most. I'm like, yo, J-Main, why the fuck doesn't this have co-op? It really hit me right there when I was playing this. I'm just thinking to myself, if this was a little bit more ambitious and this had like let you play with two of your friends, can you imagine barricading stuff while infected is coming in and like it's cool shit like that? I'm like, damn, man, this is a super missed opportunity. It's like Naughty Dog is allergic to multiplayer right now. I don't know what's going on. Why didn't they think of adding a co-op mode to this? Like all of these things that they created would have been so much more fun if you had somebody to play with. And I think it would have increased the longevity of people actually staying in No Return. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to play it for a bit and drop it. I really do feel like it. A lot of people play it and they're going to drop it.
Once they get it through a few runs, it sounds like it sounds like it's done. It's going to be like, all right,
it's going to be really repetitive. Then you're out.
Yeah.
Then you're just moving on. All right.
Damn.
So pretty much my review roughed some people the wrong way. A lot of people saw what I was talking about. But obviously some people are corporate shills, right? The crazy thing is I'm actually signed to PlayStation. It's my best interest to actually say
nice things.
The most positive things to PlayStation. Do you guys know I'm signed to PlayStation? I actually signed a contract. Maybe y'all were not really taking that in. I actually really signed a contract with PlayStation. I'm signed to them, right? Shit, y'all saw me do an ad for them. They paid me money. They paid me. If you don't know, they paid me money for it. All right, so it's my best interest actually today to probably say the most positive things about PlayStation. But I got to keep it 100. No Return should have been free. No, and it set some people off. Let me explain. I ain't playing yet, but I kind of disagree with that. You know why? Let me explain. And I'm willing to hear other people's opinions. Let me explain.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's not pretend that developers, right, don't give out free patches like this all the fucking time. That's number one, right? And Returnal, Ascension. They gave us co-op J-Main post-launch.
Tower mode.
And they gave us a tower mode. Sifu, post-launch, they gave us an arena mode. So let's not pretend like this is The Witcher 3. They actually give us a next-gen upgrade for free, which it was actually a noticeable difference. They added ray trace into the game and a whole bunch of other shit, right?
For sure.
Bro, the list goes on. The list really, really goes on. I'm just looking at the optics of this, right?
Yeah.
Like I said in my review, the timing was bad. Just a month ago, God of War Ragnarok release. It seems, when you just look comparing the two packages, God of War Ragnarok does more. Right? At least they should have just launched this shit first, then did the God of War thing. Then that, right?
Yeah. If they did that, it seems like the conversation is flipped. Like everybody was like, "Oh, this should have cost something," and everybody.
That's what I'm saying. People are like, "Yo," everyone said, "Yo, we have no problem paying for God of War." What they did, yo, we have no problem paying for that shit. No problem. It seems like the timing for this shit is a little bit off. If they kind of launched this first and did the God of War Valhalla thing after, maybe these type of conversations wouldn't even be happening. You know what I'm saying? But the optics look fucked. This generation, Naughty Dog has released nothing but remasters. Let's take in the optics real quick. They have released nothing but remasters this entire generation so far. That's number one.
Damn, that's true. Nothing but remasters. Yeah, the Legacy of Thieves.
Collection, part one, which I actually like part one. I kind of like that it exists, so I'm not mad at it. I actually like that it exists because there's actually a change there. There's actually a change there.
Graphics, that's it.
There is. I know, I agree.
That's some bullshit.
Bullshit, but back to the point. Nothing but remaster. Part one, and now this. At the same time, they were promising fans since, I believe, maybe since 2019 or 2020. 2019 maybe. Or maybe even earlier before that.
I mean, if you
we got a multiplayer mode coming for you guys.
Yeah, you was expecting it to be there.
We got a multiplayer. We've been working on this. Let us cook. We cooking. We working on this. Let us cook.
Kitchen on fire.
Just to find out that, guess what? By the way, guys, this shit is canceled. The optics look crazy, Jamie. Come on, the optics look crazy. Just for you to release The Last of Us Part 2, we're looking at the side-by-sides. Bro, this shit don't look any different. Why are you calling this a remaster, number one? Why is this a remaster? Right?
Yeah.
On top of that, now we're looking at the optics with God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, and we're looking at the No Return. Why are we paying money for this? y'all just reused a whole bunch of assets, same levels, no new enemies, no new weapons. Like why is this the one that we paying for and not like we didn't pay for it? Like, you know, like the optics looks crazy to me personally. Yeah. Right? So I just think the timing of this product is bad. I think the timing of the product is bad. It's just bad timing. So I would like to hear. Really look, $10 ain't shit. Jamie, $10 ain't shit.
It's just $10.
Bro, it's just $10. I understand.
It's just $10. That ain't.
I understand that. Yo, we got people in my comment section calling me broke boy and all sorts of kind of crazy shit, bro. We got people in the chat calling me bro.
Yeah, you just see me, Kofi get what you trying to talk about his money. He go. He gonna
No,
pull apart his
but like,
PC
come on, let's
do a video
let's
like 4090, huh?
yo, bro,
Steam
like,
Deck, huh? 4K OLED, huh? Like, he gonna put
you
all
got people
that
calling
shit
the
on
chat, bro. It's not the $10. It's the issue. It's not the $10.
the
I don't know why people.
principle.
It's the principle of the matter. Why
the
can't people not understand
principality,
this? And I don't
Smokey.
understand what's up with all the ankle grabbing gamers are doing. If anything, the person who signed should be doing the ankle grabbing. Why y'all doing all this ankle grabbing? Y'all doing
There's
some
always
crazy ass
gonna be-
ankle grabbing right now, bro.
There's
I'm just
always
saying the
gonna be
optics is
ankle
crazy.
grabbing, dog. Yeah.
I'm saying the optics look crazy. This could have been like, yo, this first of all, No Return could have been a way bigger and better project, right? That would have happily paid for that. We should have paid for it, but it really isn't. The whole experience, J Main, feels like they're trying to get one on us. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I had the game since December 14th. It feels like, yo, they're trying to get one on us. And it's okay to call that out, bro. It's okay. Bro, if you want to experience No Return, you can experience. Buy it. I told man, yo, you starving, buy it.
That's what I think. Like, I know you saying like, because of No Return, they don't have no new story content to it. It don't have any new locations. It doesn't have any new enemy types. The best, like you said, the mods, and then being able to play as the different characters, and then the actual roguelike inspired mode in itself. From the outside looking in, I think that's worth $10. Like, that would get me hyped enough to get it. Prior to you telling me like, oh yeah, shit ain't really what it seems, and it's not as in depth as you would expect or hope, especially coming off of Valhalla. So I would say the $10 is cool. Anything outside of that, I can't justify it from the outside looking in. I was already like, what the fuck we need to upgrade for? I've been playing the PS version on PS5, and that shit still looks amazing.
It's
and they already have a 60 FPS
60
patch
FPS.
on there. So you're getting like the DualSense shit, and you getting, some unlocked VRR modes that might, help you benefit if you have that television.
Ratchet and Clank, J-Man, they gave us all of that for free. They gave us the
free,
VRR.
yeah.
Why are we talking about here? They gave us the VRR. They gave us multiple
what it
modes.
is,
We didn't
Kofi?
pay for it. We didn't pay for it.
They
So
need the
are we
money. Them
so
niggas
my
is broke.
question,
Them
are we
niggas is
normalizing patch? Are we normalizing patches? Like what should be like? Come on, y'all. We
Nah.
could, as gamers, as consumers, we could at least have a sort of standard. It's okay to call something out, even if it's from your favorite company. I think that's how we
I don't
keep them on
think
the
we normalizing it, but I think when they package it all together like that for $10,
it's not I get it. Maybe it's not the
separates
worst. It's not the worst thing. I get it. It's not the worst thing ever. But I think,
when they package all of that shit together, I could see it. I could see it. For $10.
You know what? The ideal situation, I think what should have happened personally, I think they should have made a PS5 version for sale. Like I was saying earlier, I think that's okay. They don't have to call it. They don't have to call it a remaster. They could just release a PS5 version, just how Cyberpunk, The Witcher, GTA 5. They didn't call they shit remasters or try to think, right? They didn't call it. They just released a PS5 version, and the stuff that is included, I think personally, they should have just gave it up for free, bro.
So
I think what's included, since the graphic the fidelity, I can't even talk, changes is not even there like that. It's not even there. So why y'all even charging for this? It's ridiculous.
It's a few things at play here, because I think they know the people, of course, that already bought the game most likely ain't buying this shit again, and they're gonna probably take the $10 upgrade route. And actually, if you pre-order it now and you've had the digital version of Last of Us Part 2, they're actually canceling your pre-order and telling you wait, and then you get it for $10. So what they're trying to do now is capitalize on any new fans that have came onto the show from the TV series,
which is fine,
where they either watched the show, bought Part 1, and have a PS5, and now want to see, okay, what Part 2 might look like prior to the television series going on. So that's what they're trying to do here. In addition, they trying to get that money because they spent a lot of money trying to develop a multiplayer mode too. So they trying to get money back into it that's going to go towards future projects. I think from their end, that's what it's looking like. And this has always been my issue with Naughty Dog. Like, I always felt like their efforts, as far as this generation goes, their efforts in between the big releases have been trash. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, Naughty Dog has fallen off. When the last game was Last of Us Part 2, that was, 3.5 years ago, was amazing. And I know it takes about 4 or 5 years to at least get a new game to come out. But what you're doing in between is like, come on, you got to give me something better than that. Like, before they had the Lost Legacy and shit like that. Like, that stuff was cool. And now they just doing bullshit ass remasters and remakes. So Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's bullshit. It is. It
It
is.
is what it is. Once again, like I said, I said in my video, bro. If y'all starving, buy the things. $10. It ain't shit. Like it ain't
Yeah.
shit. If you starving to jump back in, but I want people to be honest, and I want people to get back to me. I want to see how long y'all actually stay on that shit for. Maybe it's even enough. Maybe if y'all stay in there for 2-3 hours, it might be enough for you. It's worth the $10. Who knows? But
Yeah,
I feel like what's
that.
there. I feel like what's there is not even gonna keep y'all long too. I feel like they had co-op. It'll keep people way longer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
and it's just that, like, yo, you could dissect this shit. You could see what's going on, bro. Jamie, you just could see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, you know what they're doing. When you savvy enough, you know what's going on. You know what's going on here, bro. You know what's going on here, bro.
Hey man.
But hey, man, Last of Us Part 2 is still a great game, bro. It's still a great game. Nothing has changed about that. Like, it's still a great game. But Naughty Dog, it's time. It's time that y'all show us what you've been working on next, bro. Like
their next game gotta really, like,
it's
be
time. We tired.
and I do think they're gonna come correct whatever their next game is.
I think so too.
But that shit, I feel like it gotta come soon. They gotta show us something soon.
Yeah, for real.
Or do they? I don't know. Do they? Like, I don't know. I always sometimes just feel like we like the vocal minority. Niggas just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know. People might just be excited just to play Last of Us 2 again on the PS5. We'll see though. We'll see when the sales numbers come out, NPDs and shit like that. See how it goes. But
yeah, we'll see how it tracks. If people are rebuying the game like that, maybe they are.
Yeah, I'm excited to play No Return though, so yeah. I'll be on there.
Yeah.
And then the PC version is probably around the corner too.
Jamin, I'm sure you're gonna have fun with it because you like the Last of Us. You're gonna have fun with it. You're gonna have fun with what it offers, right? You're gonna have fun because the gameplay is good. It's good gameplay. The Last of Us has good gameplay, but once again, just the simple fact that it doesn't have any real original content like that, like in terms of levels and weapons and boss fights are just the enemies that you fought in the campaign. It's you kind of start to unravel it and see like, they trying to make a quick buck, yo. They trying to make a quick buck.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. So, yeah,
it is what it is. Man. Shout out to the folks who took in the review and understand where I'm coming from. I respect your opinion if you feel like it's 100% worth the $10. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing called perspective, right? If you feel like it's 100% worth the money, hey man, more power to you. I'm never gonna stop anyone from buying it. I told Mans in the review,
yeah, because
you start buying it, bro. Go ahead.
It's all subjective in terms of value and worth. I ain't going front when you showed me that I think somebody gave the game a 4 out of 10 or 40 out of 100. And I read that shit back. I'm like, yo, this sounds just like Kofi review.
I wouldn't
like if you would have put a score. I was gonna say, would you have gave that shit a 4?
I wouldn't have given a 4 out of 10. There's no world where I give The Last of Us Part 2 even if it's remastered a 4 out of 10. There's no way I would.
But see, that's the interesting thing about reviews. Are you reviewing it like as a remaster, or are you reviewing it as, just the game itself?
You have to review the game. You have to review the entire package, so you have to go back to the campaign. I feel like when you're doing a remake,
as a remaster, do you feel like it's a 4 out of 10 package? When you talk about it being a shallow no return mode, the visual differences are pretty much same. We know the game is good.
If you're asking me what score, if you're asking me what score I would give this,
good.
if you're simply just asking me what score I would give this, if I were to give it a score, I would say like an 8 out of 10.
Really?
As for the whole package, and that's the whole package type of situation.
You sounded like a 6, at least at most a 6 out of 10.
Really? That's what it sounds like?
You sound like a 6 out of 10.
No, because once again, I like the campaign. The campaign is great. Like, we're putting that all into perspective. I think the campaign.
But the campaign was great on the PS4 version. That's what I'm saying. Campaign.
But I'm saying the PS4 version. If I'm ranking the PS4, I'm giving that 9.5. So it did lose a little points for me, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, that stuff is anything that's going to be the same is already there. So, you know what I mean? I think as a remaster, you're supposed to really judge it on what are they doing?
What's new?
Like,
what's new?
Like, what are the changes? You know what I mean? This is the same thing, but repackaged. So I'm a big bulk of my score is going to be on what's different. So, yeah.
I see. Well, it's coming out tomorrow or tonight. So, hey, man, all the people that enjoy it, man. I hope you guys have a blast. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some. I think Jamie, you should stream that. I think that'll be fun. That'll be entertaining.
I'm thinking about definitely, doing a live stream for the no return shit, and I don't know. I kind of want to play that shit on Grounded, but we'll see.
That shit gonna clap your cheeks, yo. That shit gonna clap your cheeks. I'm telling you, yo. It's definitely tough on Grounded. I did a couple of runs on Grounded. This shit is tough.
Yeah.
This shit is tough. It ain't easy.
We'll see though. We'll see. I've been playing that shit on Grounded now on the PS4 joint. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, this one gets a little wild though. It gets a little wild. All right, so let's move on and let's get to the Xbox stuff with the Xbox Developer Direct. I do want to read a super chat. Shout out to all the people watching. I do appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the first time listeners. Shout out to all the last time listeners too, possibly. Appreciate y'all. Let me read the super chats that we have so far. This one's from Rufflemut. He says, breaking news. According to a GDC survey with 8,000 devs, 8%, about around 200, say that they are working on titles for the Switch 2. Thoughts? It's expected. We know the product is coming out, so it's not really a surprise, right, Jamie?
Nah.
It's
Yeah, I'm
expected to come out this
trying to
year.
figure out. Yeah, like I don't know. Is that supposed to be like a low number or I don't know?
Is that what he's trying to tell us, or is he trying to just let us know that developers are working on Switch games?
Yeah, it's obvious that they're definitely working on that. I think I need a little bit more context on that one. Like, what are they? What's the story behind that? Are they saying that's low, or you know what I'm saying, or is that like good? So
yeah.
I think the Switch 2 is definitely going to get more like third-party support, being that it's.
You think so?
It's, you know, more. Just yeah, I think it will. I think it will. I think a lot of people off the sheer fact that they feel like they missed out on the Switch 1 and how like that shit ended up, you know, being one of the best-selling consoles ever. I think people are going to try more on there. And then it's supposed to be like, you know, PS4 maybe level graphics with some DLSS, so you know things can kind of run a little bit better probably. So we'll see, but I do think more people are gonna fuck with it.
Okay, that's dope. Type 1 says, random question. If it wasn't for gaming, what's another passion y'all would be podcasting about or creating content on? Stay smooth, all love. I would love to talk about pop culture. I think we already do that a little bit with our Patreon podcast, right?
Oh yeah,
I would love to talk about just pop culture. So much dumb shit be going around the world, and
there's always something to talk about
in social media. This, you know, and like at the end of the day, we could just talk about like stories that we've been through all day and night. So I think I would just do a lifestyle podcast if gaming wasn't my, you know, my thing, right? I'll just do like a kind of like I'll be podcasting about some lifestyle shit and just what's going on in pop culture.
I would probably do sports because I watch like damn near all sports, so I could definitely do a podcast about that. Shit, I grew up wanting to play sports and especially basketball, but nigga ain't going past 5'9". So
we seen that video that you try to dunk, Jay, man. We seen that video that you try to dunk. Yeah, you gotta post that back on the timeline for the people who missed that.
That's a classic, bro. Every time that shit pop up on Facebook, I share that shit. Niggas be like, "Hey, though, I might put that on TikTok." Like for real, that shit might.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's funny. This guy got hitched on the rim. Yeah, you know he can't jump.
and that rim was like. Had to be like 6 or 7 feet tops. 7 feet tops. 7 feet tops. It was the shoes. Man. It was the shoes. It was the heavy ass foam posits. Yeah, them heavy ass foam posits.
All right, man. Let's get to this Xbox Developer Direct.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to this. J Man.
Yeah, me too. I like this format. I like the style of the way they put these things together. You get a little bit of trailer, maybe some gameplay, and then the developers give you some behind the scenes shit. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, I like it. So pretty much the games that were highlighted for this developer direct was Avowed, Hellblade 2. There's another. This Square Enix came up. I think it's a mana game.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it's called. I'm trying to pull it up right now.
The hell is that shit called?
I just watched that shit and I can't remember.
Dude, that goes to show you I don't really give a fuck about that game. But
yeah. I think that pretty much confirms what we think about. It's not really, you know what I mean? I like my JRPG.
Visions of Mana.
Okay. Indiana Jones.
Aura, History, Untold.
And Indiana Jones.
Yep, was it The Great Circle?
Yeah, The Great Circle.
Yeah, that link that I posted didn't really do what I thought it did.
All right, so I think we should just pretty much go over some of the titles and just what we saw and give the people our thoughts and maybe read the chat and see what they thought of some of these games that were shown. So they started off with Avowed. Avowed.
So Obsidian's game.
Yeah, Obsidian. How did you feel about Avowed?
The box art is nice.
That's the only thing you have to say, bro?
Yo, bro, I don't know. That game look kind of ass to me. I ain't gonna front. Like, I feel like I think it's cool with the different like styles of gameplay that you could use in combat with the dual wands and the different weapons and shit like that you could use. But that shit look like a 360 game to me. Like I feel like the combat didn't have as much impact as it was supposed to. Like you get a little splatter of blood from the enemies, and that's it. You don't see like no markings on them. You don't see no blood on the floor. Like I don't feel like that game is. I don't know. It's just not doing it for me. It's not hitting the chords that I needed to hit for me to be interested. Like the world seems a little cool and like the different environments and the different biomes and stuff that they got going on, but nothing else is really drawing me in. That gameplay is not drawing me in. I don't know. It's not hitting for me.
J-Main.
I'm not really with it.
This is why I do not like CGI in trailers. This is the perfect example why I do not like CGI. I think that's the reason why my view of Avowed has been disappointed with each showing. When we first saw Avowed, it was dark, gritty, and it was a CGI trailer, right? It was dark, gritty. I'm like, oh shit, the graphics look tough, right? I'm like, oh shit, I see where they're taking us. The next time we saw Avowed, J-Main, this shit was like some fucking colorful, wonderful playground play. Like I'm like, yo, what's all this color in the screen, yo? Where did the grittiness go? Like where'd the direction of the game go? And ever since then, I'm like, Avowed has been looking a little shaky to me, man. It's been looking a little bit shaky to me.
Yeah.
Like y'all saying, to me, it's not ringing off for me personally. And this is not just hate like that. I'm sure people who are into like the Obsidian games are probably gonna have a good time with this. But I don't know, something about it is just not really connecting to me. I don't know what it is. It's just it's not doing it for me. I don't know if it's
maybe
if it's just the combat being kind of like stiff looking,
lifeless. Kind of characters look lifeless. The voice acting, the facial expressions, shit just look lifeless to me.
Yeah, just something about it, yo. Just something about it just looks a little off. I can't really put. I need to really sit down and think about it, but just something about it just looks a little bit off to me. That's not really grabbing me.
And I know Obsidian has a nice pedigree when it comes to the RPG, so maybe like if they show me more of the in-game systems, the RPG systems and stuff like that, I'll be a little bit more on board. But from what they've shown me so far, it hasn't captured me in the slightest bit. Man, it hasn't done it.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Is it that it feels like another game that seems like a little bit dated with its mechanics, just by looking at it.
Yes.
Like the animations and stuff like that, and just how the enemies react. Like it doesn't really scream like next generation game to me.
Oh wait,
like that.
I'm just looking at the trailer. It's rated E.
Is it?
Yo,
is it?
I'm looking at this trailer. It says
let's fact check
10
that.
plus. E10 plus, mild violence, alcohol and tobacco reference, and mild language. If this shit is rated E, then that might explain why
maybe explain
shitty ass fucking.
Maybe that explains a lot. Yeah, that might
and vibe to it.
Yo, if it's rated E, then that would definitely explain a lot. I doubt it. There's no way, Jamie. He got to be bullshitting. Someone double check that in the chat for us, please. Someone double check that. It can't be true. That can't be.
Yo, it's rated E, dog. I'm looking at the official trailer. E10 plus, dog. I'm gonna post a link for you. E10 plus. Hell no.
No way.
How did they go? How did they go from that original reveal trailer to
that vision? Let me play that vision for the chat so y'all can see how like that vision. I'm like, oh shit, we about to get some dark, gritty, role-playing game type shit. How did it turn into this?
What? Yeah, nah.
No way that's real, J-Man. We gotta fact check that. We gotta fact check that.
Avowed deep dive from today, 3 hours ago. Right in the first second. E10 plus. Mild violence, alcohol, tobacco reference, mild language.
Yo, guys.
That makes sense now. That makes sense now.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what. Yo, guys, look at this. Look at this CGI trailer, how they first revealed the game to us, bro. Bro, my whole idea of this game was shattered when I seen it for the first time in action. Just look how they revealed this shit. There's some dark, gritty shit. I'm like, oh shit, this shit look tough.
Villages on fire. You in the cave. Yeah, you at the top of the castle. Niggas got fire on the arrows. Yeah, and then
I don't know, man.
Nah, this ain't it.
That's what I'm saying. That CGI.
The only thing that they kept true from this reveal trailer is that you could like dual wield with the magic and the weapons. So and that's what I said. I did like that portion of the trailer with the gameplay is that you could have like magic in one hand with the melee weapon in the other, or a wand and like you could mix and match really cool different shit to fit the play style that you want to do. But outside of that, it was nothing there for me.
Yeah, look how cold this look. I'm just watching the trailer right now. Look how cold that look. Yo, what were they cooking? You know what? Avowed. Listen, I'm sure it's probably gonna score okay, I guess. Let me just say, I'm glad the game is launching in Game Pass. I think I will be checking it out over there. That's what I guess all I have to say about that. I will be checking it out over there.
Yeah,
I will be checking it out.
Yeah, there's a shift.
Oh, all right. What was the next game that they showed?
Oh, the next game was Hellblade 2.
Hellblade 2. And this Hellblade 2 has been a ongoing topic on this podcast because we've been demanding to see proper gameplay.
We've been 5 years, buddy. To see it. Oh, almost 5 years. Going on 5 years.
We're like, yo, okay, Senua, we get it. we get it. You hear voices. You walking, you're doing a whole lot of walking. We want to see how you guys evolve the combat and the gameplay, bro.
Hold on, before we move on, just for the people that do care, Avowed is slated to come out fall of 2024.
This year.
So I just want to put that out there this year.
Cool. That's cool.
Yep. And that was a running theme for this whole show, so I did like that.
Everything's coming out this year that we're talking about, so that is nice. All right, so with the whole Hellblade thing, what was your thoughts?
I think Hellblade at this point, I am no longer like expecting it to be, like a major leap from what we got before. And it is just going to be more of the same from what we got in the first game. And if that's what it is, cool. Like, I love the first game. I really enjoyed it. I like the story. The combat, definitely, I was, looking forward to seeing that have improvements. And I'm not seeing it here. They I don't know. I was watching the thing and I feel like they kept talking about, oh, the combat is more advanced. But like, you're not showing me that. You're showing me similar things that I'm seeing from the first game. So that's the one thing that was disappointing to me. Visually, I think the game looks amazing.
Stunning. Wow.
Like the visuals. You
think it's gonna be letterbox though?
On point.
You think it's gonna be letterbox? Because the whole time they've been showing this game, it's been letterbox the whole time. You think it's gonna be like the situation like the Order 1886 where it's letterbox though? What do you think?
Was the first game? The first game wasn't letterbox though, right?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you think this one is? Because they have only showed us to us in letterbox.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That'll be interesting.
I don't think so. I don't think it will be.
That's a question I have.
Yeah, that's a good question though. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I didn't have a big deal with Order 1886 being letterbox.
I didn't like it.
Now you didn't like it? Gave you more of a cinematic experience.
Yeah, it gives you the cinematic thing, but I don't like it, bro. At least give us the option to take it off. Personally, give us the option to take it off.
Well, it's gonna be on PC, so you already know that's gonna be an option. Whether they do it or somebody else does it.
Yeah.
So it's just it's looking like more of the same. And I'm just glad we got the release date and it's coming soon because I'm tired of them trying to show me something that clearly they're not. The game is not going to be like it's not going to be anything different. So just expect more of the same. And maybe be surprised.
You know what it is, J-Man? I think my fault is this is completely on me. I guess I was under the impression now that Ninja Theory is acquired by Microsoft and Hellblade 2 is coming out that Microsoft is gonna give it like a much bigger budget and maybe transform the franchise to something grander than what it was than the original. I guess I put that in my mind, which nobody said confirmed that, so that's on me.
No. Yeah.
Nobody said anything like that. They're gonna do anything, but I just assumed that. I'm like, shit. Now y'all under Microsoft now because initially when we all played the first Hellblade, we're like, yo, there's so much potential with this franchise. Like how we played games like Rise, Son of Rome. We played games like The Orders. Like, yo, they could take this somewhere. I thought that was gonna be. I thought this was in the same vein. I'm like, yo, the game was solid, but it has a lot of things that they could work on: traversal, combat, puzzles. I feel like those needed the most work more than anything. The visuals are always there. The sound was always there.
Sound was amazing.
Yeah, the sound was always there. But after today, I know for a fact that it is going to be more the same. And like you said, it's not necessarily bad. But at the same time, I'm a little bit taken back that like, they could have done something really, special with this franchise. So it's been confirmed, J-Man, that the game is just as long as the original. It's about 8 hours. 7-8 hours to beat the game. The game is not going to have a physical release.
Oh, how you feel about that, physical man? preservation of game and God.
When it comes to Xbox, I felt like this is why I don't collect games on Xbox. On current Xbox, I have my OG Xbox games and stuff. I don't collect anything current on Xbox because I think they've shown to me that they don't really give a fuck about no damn physical copies. They didn't release a physical copy for Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah. Halo Infinite was just a key. The disc didn't actually have the game on it. So Microsoft has been kind of on this trend to eliminate physical copies, and I know digital games are starting to trump physical and have already trumped physical in a lot of ways. But for me, it's a little bit disappointing. I still prefer to buy physical when I can. I saw people on the timeline a little bit upset about that you're not doing a physical or collector's edition. Excuse me.
Right. And it's supposed to be $50.
And it's cheaper. It's $50. I think $49.99 American. I think that's what I saw.
What? Do you remember what the original game launched at?
Hellblade. I feel like wasn't it cheaper? I feel like it was cheaper.
Was it 30?
Yeah, but the price of shit went up, so I'm not really mad at that. Like the price.
Right, went up $10. No, I was just trying to see if maybe with the price increase, if this is like, I ain't gonna say cheaper, but is this like in line with a $30 game still? Like, are we getting like cheaper because it's digital only? Like, because I think Alan Wake was what, $60, right?
No, J-Main, right? Because now
the first was 30. The first was 30.
You know why? Because Microsoft has moved up the price scale, like how they did. They're aligned with like PlayStation and things. Redfall they launched for what in America? What is it? $69.99, right?
Yeah,
$69.99. So if this one's $40, then it's just a cheaper game in general. It's just
you
understand what I'm trying to say? Because you said it's $49.99.
Right, but the original launched at 30. The original launched at 30. And if you was to take the original and put it in today's time, that would be 40 because everybody went up $10.
Everyone went up $10. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
So it's in 50.
It's in the same vein as the first game.
It went up.
It's in the same vein as the first game.
But I would say it went up, especially with it being digital only too. I think it went up like 10. But
I'm not really mad at that price. At that price point, I'm not mad. I'm not really complaining. I'm gonna check it out. I actually look forward to playing it now that I have my expectations in check. I'm pretty sure the way that they're explaining it, it does seem like one of those experiences that is gonna be enjoyable. At least for the narrative perspective, seems like they leveled it up at least. AKA it's Detroit without the choices. Detroit becoming human without the choices. You know what I mean? And I'm curious to see how the combat is gonna play, but the simple fact that they haven't like showed us multiple different weapons, skill tree, leads me to believe that
they haven't showed any puzzles.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be things. Just have your sword, and the way that they're explaining it too, in terms of the combat, it seems like it's gonna be very, very scripted. They want each encounter to feel. They said something like that during the thing. They want each encounter to feel personal and different type of situation. So you could tell that it's gonna be a very controlled and kind of like scripted experience. And hey man, sometimes I'm down for that. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm
definitely still gonna play it. I like the first one, so I'm here for the second one for sure.
All right.
Oh, release date May 21st, 2024.
Yep.
So finally we got the release date for Hellblade 2, and it'll be here in about 3-4 months.
That's not too bad.
So
that's
looking forward to that.
Finally. The next game that they showed, I believe, was, I don't know if it was Aura or is that when Square Enix popped
it was in? No, it's Square Enix popped in.
Okay, so Square Enix popped in and showed us that new Mana game.
Visions of Mana.
Yep. Visions of Mana, which, I like the art direction. I do like the art direction of it. But I'm not going to sit here and cap. I haven't played any Trails of Mana or Mana game in my entire life.
I think they said they got like 15 different Mana games. I ain't played none of them shits.
Single one of them. To the audience, that's 4. Great. Did they confirm that it's launching in Game Pass? Do you know?
Let me see what this says. Visions of Mana. Where did it go?
Or is it just a regular release on Xbox?
Nah.
Is it launching in Game Pass?
I don't see Game Pass in this write-up. I don't see. Oh wait, let me check this trailer real quick. Yeah, it says summer 2024. And yeah, I don't see Game Pass. Maybe somebody in the chat could correct me.
Yeah, if you guys know in the chat, let us know. Yeah, but I don't think it was confirmed for Game Pass. But you know what? I guess there's a group of Xbox gamers that have been asking for more JRPGs to come to their platform. So there we go. So
Yeah.
hopefully that group goes out and supports it. It seems like it's like a action RPG.
I might check it out. I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
looking at it like it doesn't look
I want to get into
amazing
more
to me. It doesn't look
JRPGs
bad.
this year. So.
It doesn't look bad either, but it doesn't really stand out to me personally from what I've seen.
Right.
I do like the art style and the quirky little characters and shit like that, but it's something that's not really like, it's so stylistic. You know how like that new game that's coming out from Atlas? I think it's called like Metaphor or some shit.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Something like that. See, like that game, it piques my interest. It catches my eye because it's just the way it's just so stylish and stuff like that. This one really doesn't do it for me. It seems very open, but I'm sure there's an audience for this. I may check it out.
Oh yeah.
If, I hear good things about it, and my peoples that I trust tell me to play it and give it a go. So I may check it out. So moving along.
I ain't gonna front. I was kind of hoping it was on Game Pass.
Because I know your ass ain't spending that money. I know your ass ain't spending that money. You fronting out here.
It ain't no Game Pass. We're gonna see. If I know your ass ain't it gotta be super dry. It gotta be super dry. But I do want to check out more JRPGs this year. That's all I'm gonna say. If it's super dry, I might fuck with it in the summer. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So I think the next game that they showed off was that Aura game.
Right? Yeah, it's like a 4X Civilization style game.
Civilization style of game. Once again, these type of games be super addicting. You guys already know me. I play a lot of Ages of Empires.
AOE.
But I'm retired though. I'm retired for now though. But I play a lot of Ages of Empire and stuff like that. I do like. I actually don't mind these type of games, man. I don't mind these type of games. So for those people who are into it, I guess it's another one for y'all to check out. If you're into Civilization, stuff like that. So another cool thing. Not really too much to say about this. It's not really my expertise to discuss these kind of games anyways, like Civilization and stuff. But
looks like it's PC only too.
Oh, they said PC only?
Well, yeah, I didn't see no other like Xbox. It said PC and PC Game Pass. That's all I saw at the end.
Okay. So that's good. All right, so let's talk about the big thing. They might
bring in the consoles later on.
Let's talk about the big thing, Jay, man. Let's get to the good stuff, bro.
Game of the show.
Game of the show. Definitely was a game of the show.
And topic-wise.
Yeah. Indiana Jones. Finally. J-Main, did you think development was this far along?
Yes, I did. Only because it's been a while since Machine Games put out a game, like a full-fledged game, like a full-fledged title. Like they had a lot of spin-offs with the Wolfenstein, like the Young Blood and shit like that. But as far as their last full-fledged game, I think it was Wolfenstein 2, which was 2017, I think. So yes, it's been some time. Let me just double check that real quick. But yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, I did expect it. These Quake games, were they like brand new games?
Depends which one you talk. Well, no, I don't think so.
There's old. Quake Dimensions of the Machine, and then Quake 2 Call of the Machine. This is 997.
No, they're old.
Yeah, these are old games. Yeah, so I don't play Quake. So I don't
so they've been working
about it.
They've been quietly working on this game for a long time, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, okay, first thing I want to say is, J-Main, I know this is not going to be the case for all games, and there's reasons why. Whether it's for the hiring process, whether it's for investors. But the rollout of this game is, for me personally, the ideal rollout of a video game. It popped out one year with a teaser trailer. Oh, shit. They're working on the Indiana Jones game. J-Main, they went quiet. The next time they showed the game, full gameplay breakdown of it, plus release date, it's coming this year. How, as a gamer, what more can you ask for in terms of a rollout for it? I feel like that's perfect. That's perfect. I love that. That's so fire. I wish more games popped out like that. That's so fire.
Shit, the only thing better than that is if it was like 6 months away and it was an actual like date. I think they just gave 2024, but
I think it's gonna make it. I don't think it's gonna be delayed. I think it's gonna make it.
I don't know. I'm not.
You think it's gonna be delayed? Wow, that's a take. You think it's gonna get delayed or something?
Just because.
Why you say that for?
I just feel like it's been so long. Like
they should have something nailed. They should
have something nailed down. But they could also be. Yeah, no, I feel like they could have had something nailed down. Not that it's a big deal. Like it's still supposed to come out this year, but it's like I feel like if they was real confident, they would have something nailed down right now.
All right, so
Especially
what's
if
your
it's not going to hit like that holiday,
yeah?
because they clearly want to get this in the holiday seasons. Indiana
Yeah.
Jones is a popular name. This is the type of game that'll get people to either buy your system or get on board with your platform in the holiday season.
Okay. So, after watching what they showed us today, what's your
Yeah.
thoughts of Indiana Jones? Yeah, I want to hear your opinion, man. I want to hear your opinion. What's your thoughts on this shit? I already know what the initial knee-jerk reaction everybody had. Everybody had. Even I had it too.
It's first person.
It's first person. What?
Why is it first person? Why?
Knee-jerk. Is that a knee-jerk reaction, or did you settle down, or you still
No.
feel that way? You still feel that way.
I still
For me, it
feel
was
that
kind of
way.
it was a little knee-jerky until I accepted the game for what it is and looked at it. Then I'm like, you know what? This actually doesn't look that bad at all. Like it looks solid.
Nah, it don't look bad. I don't think visually it looks much better than Wolfenstein 2, if at all. So I was that's my like one of my big knee jerk reactions. I don't feel like the visuals are like anything
Amazing.
better than what they've done before. I feel like actually Wolfenstein 2 might actually look better from what I'm seeing from the Indiana Jones game so far. But
Not the
damn,
damage
first
control.
person.
They still got some time.
They do. And
Right?
that's why I'm saying, like, from what we're seeing right now, I think Wolfenstein 2 might look better. But first person it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely something. And nigga, you listen, people got on my case when I said that. You got to be fucking capping if you didn't expect this game to be third person when
I
they
did
first
expect it.
showed. Nobody was like, "Oh, this is going to be a first person game," even if Machine Games have only made first person games. That's some bullshit. And we've known developers to switch up a perspective if they're working on a specific type of game. We've seen it multiple times, and everybody expected it from this game. I don't want to hear that bullshit. So, from what I'm seeing from the game, I like what they have to offer in terms of it's gonna have set pieces, it's gonna have puzzles,
Very cinematic.
it's gonna be cinematic, it's gonna have those different environments that we're gonna be exploring. It's going to have different styles of combat with the whip, the gun, and probably some other things. But I just think third person is the best perspective for this style of game. I don't give a fuck if people say you copying Uncharted. Uncharted was called out for copying Indiana Jones. Like this shit, it's full circle. Like people copy each other. I don't get the big deal on why people feel like third person just because they say it's gonna be copying Indiana Jones. That's some bad thing. No, you supposed to be want to copy what is already out there.
Okay,
that's
Jay,
great.
all right, so let me
and
play
do it
devil's
better.
let me play devil's advocate.
No,
Right,
this
let me
ain't no
play
devil advocate. This is how you really feel. Go ahead. This is how you really feel. Yeah.
Let me play devil's advocate here real quick. What do you have to say to the people who have the opinion that them creating a Uncharted-esque, Tomb Raider-esque game, right? In that style, right? Because now that it's in this perspective, maybe they can do things and maybe tell the story in a different way now that it's in this perspective. What do you have to say to the people that, feel like, it would have been kind of more the same and it wouldn't have brought anything new or innovative to the space of this genre? What do you have to say to those people?
From what I'm seeing from the game, they're not bringing anything much new anyway. So what the fuck was the point? They got third person cutscenes, so they're already telling the story like Uncharted. They got third person climbing and shit like that. So the only thing they did first person is really like the combat and the puzzles, which I feel like could be done better in the third person perspective. Combat, the reason why I like third person, let me put some context to it because I don't want to just be a screaming third person head. Third person for me, I think it helps you feel or get the perspective of the character more. When you see a Indiana Jones nigga whipping motherfuckers with that whip in third person, you get to see the body movement. You get to see how the enemies is like approaching you from different angles, how he's moving and shit like that, his mannerisms and all that. Like you get to see all that type of stuff with different styles that he's doing using the whip in third person. You don't get to see none of that in first person. All you're gonna see is a fucking whip cross your face, and then that's it. And then the enemy reacted to it. So I'm not of the belief that first person is the most immersive view, maybe for like exploration, but I like to play third person because I don't never play a game to feel like I'm the person that's doing it. I want to be experiencing what that character is experiencing in this world. And that's why I like third person better. Is because I'm controlling Indiana Jones who is doing this, not I'm controlling myself doing this. I don't ever really like care to feel like that unless it's a multiplayer game because I'm actually doing it. Like that's actually my story I'm telling in the multiplayer game when I take a certain route or I'm taking down a certain enemy. Like that's me doing it. So when it comes to first person games, like or third person games, excuse me, I like for this type of game, I think it's perfect for it. And I just don't agree with it being first person. I don't.
Oh, okay. I think you explained yourself very nicely. Um,
Thank you.
from from what I'm seeing with this game, it seems like it's going for experience that is not like it looks like by the end of the game you're not murdering like 600 people like you do in Uncharted and Tomb Raider. You know,
Yeah.
from how they showed off this game, it seems like it's very. Let's see, I'm not a big Indiana Jones fan, but it seems like maybe he's not a mass murderer that's going around killing enemies like that. He's more of a like, you know what I'm saying? So it seems like this game is gonna have a lot of focus on maybe find. I think they explained it themselves, finding creative ways to maybe either sneak by enemies or stealth enemies or deal with encounters differently versus just you have a gun. Because it seems when he explained, he said you could take a gun away from you. So does Indiana Jones actually have a gun? Does he actually have a gun of himself?
It was a gun in it. It was a gun.
No, but you're not hearing what I said. He said he took it. He said they took it. I swear I heard him say something like that. Like he took it from an enemy.
I think you can take guns.
So you think? Oh, so you can have a gun on you always, like because they didn't really even display that. They didn't really display that you just there just shooting mans. You had your whip, and that was your main thing. You understand?
I feel like he has a gun. I don't know if he has. Yeah, I think Indiana Jones has a gun. Yeah, I think
I'm not familiar with the films like that, so. But the way they said it,
I know the whip is the main thing, but I think I think he'll have a gun on him. I think he'll have.
So it's giving me vibes of Thief. It's giving me vibes of kind of Dishonored a little bit, like the style of play, the style of play, like Thief, Dishonored, but Indiana Jones theme. That's what it is. It's kind of given. So it might work. I'm saying all of that to say that it might work in the first person perspective if that's kind of like the style of gameplay it's going for, if it's not really going for like a super unga bunga approach, you know, type of situation, cover and shoot. So I you know, but okay, we got over the fact it's not third person, Jamie.
Third person.
All right, the big shocker is gone now. So now looking at the gameplay at its first person perspective, right? What's your takeaway from it? Does it look interesting? Does it look good? Like, what's your takeaway from it?
I liked from the first person perspective. I like when they were showing how like when he's punching the enemies, like his fists get bloodied up, and hopefully they could do that the same for like that. Yeah, the enemies, because people want to talk about immersion. That's immersion right there. You know, you're in first person. You actually see his fist getting bloody when you punch it. Hopefully they showing damage to the enemies that you punching in the face. That's something that's, you know, can be captured better. Our group can be captured better in first person. So that was nice to see.
Yo, shout out to Daniel in the chat. He says whip collector's item would be fire. I hope to God did you not do that. Can you imagine a black man buying Indiana Jones and opening the collector's edition to see a whip? Holy, that would be crazy. Now I might be offended.
Yo, they better not have a single black enemy in this game, is what I'm telling you. They better not have a single black enemy.
This is what, see, you know how we talk about, people be talking about inclusions? This is the one that you don't put no black folk in the game. Don't put no black folk. I'm a white man whipping up. Nah, we don't want that. We don't want that.
And this take place between, I think, what they say, like the first two movies, which probably take place in what, like the 30s or something like that.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo,
if this man got the whip and his black enemies in this game, it's over.
That's crazy. Now we boycotted off rip.
Over. Finished. You would have wished you put this in third person, because it's gonna be first person. You're gonna see the black man with the disgruntled face. It's
opening a collector's edition and getting a whip is crazy. Holy.
Yo, synthetic man this is gonna be a wet dream for him. Yo.
All right, so what did you think about the whip gameplay and it pretty much being vital? Obviously, it's vital to his character. You saw a moment where he whipped the guy's leg to like kind of pull him. So I guess is there maybe you could target certain body parts to do certain actions and stuff like that?
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool if that's the case. If you could target certain body parts, I feel like they're gonna. Yeah, I would want the whip to definitely be incorporated in every aspect of the game. So even if it's traversing puzzles, or you have to maybe like access something that's a little bit distant away, and with the whip and shit like that, combat and all of that. So yeah, I do hope the whip is very, core
It
to
looks like
the
it. It
gameplay.
looks like it. It looks like it. That it's very vital to experience. And like I said, I'm not super big on Indiana Jones, but from all the marketing and trailers I've seen, it seems like that's his thing. You know what I mean? Like the whip is his thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of whip action in Indiana Jones. What do you said? Okay, we already touched on the visuals. You said the visuals looked a little bit underwhelming to you personally.
Yeah,
I think overall it looks
mostly
nice. The
mostly the
presentation looks nice
character
to me.
models. When they were in like different places with treasures and shit
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
I thought they did a good job with,
yeah.
the detailing on that.
Is it the best
I
graphics
definitely
I've
give them
ever
credit there.
seen? No,
No,
but
hell no.
I think it looks really nice. There's moments in the trailer that looked really really good. Like there was like
Yeah.
this one that he's crossing a bridge in the snowy peak area, and I thought that looked amazing. You know, I
Yeah.
thought that looked amazing.
Yeah. How do you feel about the like the whole back and forth between first and third? Like it seems like when he was like
I'm not.
jumping off of a
I'm not really a
ledge or
fan when
something.
games typically actually do that. Personally,
Yeah,
I'm not really a
I
fan.
don't
I'm not
like
really a
that.
fan of when games do that. I feel like if you should just commit. Like if you're gonna do it first person, just do it first person all the way. If you're third person, do it third person. That's me
Yeah.
personally.
Right.
Um,
Or just like save the third person for cutscenes and then first
yeah,
person
because
for
you're always gonna
everything
be like
else.
you're always gonna be doing like the zoom in, zoom out type of situation in certain scenarios. I don't know.
Yeah. And when it's on the fly like that, where you're going from traversal to combat, it's going to be jarring. It's definitely going to be jarring. Like it's going to be a whole camera cut to get from first to third. So yeah, that's a little weird. That's a little weird.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. But okay, so I'm actually this. Are you looking forward to playing this game, or you're not even looking forward to playing it or checking it out?
No,
How you
I'm
feel about
definitely
it?
playing it. I'm
I'm
definitely
looking for.
playing
I'm
it.
looking forward to it. From what
Yeah.
I've seen, I actually want to. I want to play it. I do want to
Yes,
play it.
a lot of people think when you have a criticism for a game, you don't want
Yeah.
to play it. Like I got a
Yeah.
lot of backlash. Oh well, don't play it then. Who said to play it? Just because I disagree with a perspective does not mean I'm not gonna play it. It's just I don't agree with the perspective. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Nah.
the game is gonna be trash. Doesn't mean the game is gonna be bad. I'm still
Yeah.
gonna play it.
I'm
Still
looking
gonna
forward to
check
it.
it out.
I do want to check it out too. Yep. All
Yeah.
right. So that pretty much wrapped up the developer direct. That wrapped it up. Um.
Overall, what you think? You still a
Overall,
fan
what I
of it
think.
or?
I like honestly, this is the best thing Microsoft has done in a long time. Inside
Yeah.
Xbox, let's keep it a bug. It went on way too long. It was trash. Let's
Yeah. A lot
I
of
think this
filler
is
in
their
it.
this is their best iteration of doing a presentation. Right?
Hmm.
It's unique in the sense that it's not like a Nintendo or a State of Play where they're just maybe doing announcements after announcements, but they actually get the developer to explain the game. I actually like it. I feel like the developers actually talking, giving us useful information in a sense. It's not like
Yeah.
we've seen times where developers come and talk. It's not really giving us much explanations, but they're actually just explaining their game type of situation and giving
Right.
us a rundown. And I like that. I think
Yeah,
this is
I do too.
this is their best iteration of doing a presentation, and I
And s-
hope this continues. I hope this continues.
and especially with all the studios that they do now have,
It'll be
like this is
perfect.
a good time for them to pick 4 or 5 to showcase what they got, and maybe even more, maybe 6 or so. Excuse me, and they could give a little bit more perspective on what the game is and the
Yeah,
behind the scenes and shit like that. And it don't,
yeah,
I don't feel like each segment like it goes on for too long. Like
yeah.
you can have what you feel about the actual game itself, but I feel like each segment, like they do a really good job of blending in, talking about development, showing clips of gameplay, or showing a trailer, and then giving you either a date or a season or something that they're targeting. So
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
useful. It's useful deep dives too. You know what I mean? Like they're
Mhm.
actually giving us like proper information about the games. I don't mind this, and it's a cool look to get behind the scenes with the studios and stuff like that, and just how they look. Yo, some of these guys' jobs look mad fun, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah. I
No
was
idea.
about
We
to
got,
say some
we
of them
got pool,
studios
playing
look fly as
pool. They got all
hell.
this sorts of cool shit. I'm like, damn,
All
man.
types of food bars and shit
I
like
ain't
that.
gonna
The
hold
whole
you.
kitchenette.
Seeing what's going on with game developers, I don't know if I would have got into that industry, yo, knowing what I know today, bro. They getting fired left and right. As soon as the project is done, it's over. Did you
You're
hear
done.
what's going on with the Lords of Fallen people? Apparently, they're suffering layoffs too.
Damn.
As soon as
They
the
just
game,
put out a game, right?
bro, as soon
Last
as the
year?
game dropped, all right, yo, we don't even need your ass no more. We out. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, if the returns ain't looking right, you got to go. You got to go, man.
it's tough.
That
It's
shit.
tough,
It's
man.
cutthroat. It's cutthroat out there, man.
It
So
really is. It really is. It really is.
hopefully your portfolio is hitting.
Yeah. You know what? I want to take it to the chat now. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to
Alright.
everyone watching the podcast live. We do appreciate it. Once again, if you're enjoying it, do hit the like button. If you were to give this Xbox Developer Direct a rating out of 10, please participate. We're gonna read some. What would you give it, J-Main? Out of 10.
What can I say?
I give it a 7.
I'm probably at I was about to say a 6. I'm probably at a 6.
I give it a 7.
I'm probably at a 6. Like I said before, I like the format, I like what they do, but I was a little bit like disappointed with, of course, the Indiana Jones stuff with the first person, and then Hellblade. Like, I was hoping to see more. I've accepted it that they don't want to either show us more or it's not going to have more. But I was hoping to see more with that.
Oh well, now we might understand why they don't show us too much. The game's only 8 hours long, Jay, man. Maybe we know why they showed us too much of the game, bro. They might spoil the whole shit if they keep on talking about it, bro. 7-8 hours long, bro.
Yeah, the R game I didn't care about. Vision of Mana, I definitely want to check that out. So that was a nice cool surprise because that wasn't something that was on the list of games
and
to be there.
And it wasn't first party too, so that was pretty neat. It went to somewhere else.
So that opens up the future now too for other developers to slide in there
and talk about your game. That's cool.
Yeah, maybe next developer direct we'll see fucking Shuhei Yoshida up there talking about a PlayStation game coming to Xbox or some shit like that. Shit is getting crazy, man. Games is going everywhere, dog.
Yeah, so I'm reading the chat, right? And it seems like the general average, if I'm just trying to like put it together, seems around like a 6-7. It seems like most people are saying around 6 and 7 or slightly just under like a 6, you know. So 6-7 seems like the average grade, which is not that bad. Once again, I think Microsoft should continue to do these. And they got, like you said, J-Man, they got a lot of studios now, man. Yo, I can't I'm watching this Avowed shit. I can't, is this really E-rated? No, now it's starting to look like it is. How did this game?
I was watching the Avowed stuff. I'm like, I'm getting grounded vibes from this shit. Like, maybe that's happening?
It's starting to like add up. Like, it's really adding up in my mind. Is this shit really E-rated?
It was a major shift somewhere in development where they was like, you know what?
No, but I'm on Steam right now. It doesn't have any rating though. Like, I don't know, so strange.
But the rating is from the trailer. So that's the trailer they put out. That's the one that they uploaded directly to the channel. So that's I think maybe that might be it, Jamie. That we just can't put our finger on it. Maybe that's just it, bro. That might that makes more sense to me. It makes more sense to me.
For real.
It does.
Real talk.
All right. I don't know if there's any like at least T. Like I don't know if there's any like RPGs in that style that are not at least T or M. Like I don't know.
I don't know, man. Hey, the two most games that I'm most excited from what they showed so far is Hellblade and Indiana Jones. I will be there.
Indiana Bones.
Yeah, I will be there day one. Sure. Okay. Let's move on, man. J-Main, we got a lot of numbers the past couple of days, right?
Yes, we have
a lot of numbers. We got a lot of numbers. Let's go over
a lot of end of the year numbers from some of the locations across the world.
History has been broken, J-Main. History has been broken.
It has.
Finally, a Rockstar game, not a Rockstar game, has trumped Call of Duty. So, if you guys pay attention to MPDs, typically the best-selling game every single year is Call of Duty.
Yep.
The only time it's not Call of Duty is when Rockstar drops a game, aka GTA and Red Dead Redemption, for the past 15 years.
Crazy.
But that
Last
changes.
Game to do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that changes today. That we learned. We learned that Hogwarts Legacy was the best-selling game of 2023. So
crazy.
That really puts it in perspective. Like, yo, I know Harry Potter's popular, but god damn, is that popular?
That popular, dog.
Popular. I'm not big into it, so I don't really take it in. Yeah. But god damn, if it really sold more than Call of Duty, then that shit must have moved units. And it's crazy how it got no recognition
Universal
at all.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like that's sad. It's crazy. Like these Game Awards, it's not even nominated for nothing, or it's not even getting nominated for Game of the Year. Like nothing like that. Like damn, a game that impactful in terms of the amount of people it reached. That shit got to win something. Something. It ain't got to be Game of the Year. It got to be something.
Yeah, because of politics.
When have you ever seen shit like that?
Yeah, because of politics, literally, they kind of like they try to the media try to sweep
They
that game.
avoided it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
under the rug. Jamie, that boycott was super effective. That's what I want to say. Number one, super effective.
Yeah, it didn't work. The best selling game.
Best selling game of the year, bro. That's very impressive. That's very very impressive.
Shit, if anything,
Yeah,
the boycott helped. It helped. Like
probably.
people like, I'm not boycotting that shit. For what? So
Do you have any other numbers that are interesting that we should discuss?
from MPD, so for the month of December, they said that PlayStation had its best month like ever. It was like the best selling month ever, I think, for PlayStation. Xbox had one of its best selling months in terms of the series consoles. So in terms of like, I think like it might have been dollar amount. I think MPD does dollar amount, but they had one of their best months too in terms of the series consoles. So the holiday sales and things like that definitely did great things for these PS5 and Xbox. The Nintendo Switch, I think it was second in terms of the month, but it is, on its way out. So the sales did decline a little bit, but still did good. In terms of like the top 10 games for the year, of course, you said Hogwarts is one, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is two, Madden is three, Spider-Man
Jesus
4.
Christ, Jesus Christ, Madden at
Yeah,
three.
Madden. It don't stop. It don't stop. That I think Madden could have like a Metacritic of 25, and that should still be one of the best selling games of the year. People just don't care.
That really tells you, like, it shows you the audience that, like, yo, the audience of gamers really just out there. Like, sometimes we're in this bubble, right? In this hardcore bubble where we pay attention to this, but there's a lot of folks that really just be playing like 2K and Madden like that. Like, that's
Yep.
what they just play. FIFA. What else?
I'm just gonna do the top 10. So Tears of the Kingdom was number 5, but I always think it's interesting when Nintendo games are on here because they don't share digital sales. So I always be wondering like how high would these games be if they did share digital sales?
Yeah.
Um, Diablo 4 was number 6. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 from 2022 was actually number 7. That's a little bit shocking. And then you got Mortal Kombat 1 is 9 and Jedi Survivor. Wait, no, Mortal Kombat not 1 is 8, Jedi Survivor is 9, and FIFA or EA Sports FC is 10.
Where
And
does
then
Starfield fall?
it was at 11. It just missed the top 10.
Missed the top 10.
Missed the top 10.
Um, okay.
Resident Evil 4, that was a big game. That was 13. Mario Bros. Wonder was 12. Final Fantasy 16, number fucking 16.
That's crazy.
Final
That's
Fantasy
crazy.
16 was number 16.
That's good,
yeah.
man. That's good. A lot of the great games I dropped got recognition at least. They're some of the best selling games of the year. So I'm not really too mad at the list and the rankings for that at all.
Um,
I think it's pretty much confirmed for 2025 what's the best selling game. I think
oh yeah, GTA 6.
we already know it's what's gonna get that title is gonna be
Yeah,
GTA 6 for sure.
if anything, GTA, a lot of people might move out the way for GTA 6 too. So you might get your Call of Duty, because that's like kind of like a yearly thing. But if there's any year for Call of Duty to take a break, that's the
That's
one.
the year. That's the year.
Nobody would miss it. I promise you. Nobody would miss it. Take a break, and
Yeah, I feel bad
come
for
back
any
in
game that drops
2026.
around Grand Theft Auto, bro. Like, nobody's paying attention to you. You're not getting no coverage. No one's paying attention to you, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's
over.
for that.
It's over.
It's over. For
I
that.
think we had some numbers too from the
What else? What else?
the Europe stuff. They was just talking about PS5 sales being like 100 and some crazy 177
PlayStation's going crazy in Europe. Yeah,
sales
they're going
in
crazy
Europe.
in Europe. Yep.
Switch was like 10% lower than the year over, and Xbox Series X and S was 18% lower. And of course, FIFA was the number one game over there. Hogwarts, FIFA, fucking Call of Duty. Usual suspects in the top 10.
Usual. Yep. Well, that's it is what it is, man. Once again, we had a whole conversation about Xbox and their place in last podcast. We had a deep dive on Xbox, so I don't really want to get into that on this podcast, but they got to do something to make their console more appealing once again, because we're looking at these numbers, I don't think Xbox should be down 18. What would you say, 18%?
18%, yeah, year over year in
Yeah,
Europe.
yeah, they shouldn't be down that bad. They should be doing better. Once again, I think Microsoft
Well,
needs to put a more emphasis on the importance of the console instead of keep on putting it in the back burner. So,
I mean, I think that's a good time to bring up that report from Matt Piscatella about the subscription growth,
oh yeah, that
which
was an interesting detail too. Yeah.
which
So what was it?
reportedly has subscription growth reportedly has flattened, and subscription services on console and PC only account for 10% of the total video game content spending in the US. Um, that was interesting. That was interesting because you see this big emphasis on these subscription services, but to only see that it's like 10% of the total spending, I thought it would be more. I thought it would be more, especially with how crazy Microsoft is going with Game Pass. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
how
People
how
prefer to
ba-
buy the game still, J-Main. That's just the reality of the fact. And see, and this is what I was getting to. I don't know if my points came out clear last podcast. They probably did, but I'm gonna regurgitate some of it at least real quick. This
Yeah.
is what I truly believe. We have a group of Xbox gamers on social media, aka Twitter, that really believe once Call of Duty enters Game Pass, it's game over. It's game over,
Yeah.
and Xbox is gonna be flying off the shelves. And I'm a firm believer that's not enough. I think people will happily pay $70, $100 editions and play where they at. I don't think that's Microsoft's issue right now. Microsoft has been offering great pro consumer things, but it's J-Main, it's still not been enough. They've been offering great deals. It's still not been enough. They've been selling the Series X for $130. It's still not enough. You know what Microsoft's biggest issue is? J-Man, you know what their biggest they're not cool.
Damn.
They're not cool. It's just that simple. I think it's really just that simple. I think every company needs to get to the boardroom and be like, what do we need to do to be cool? Because once you're cool, you can get away with everything. You can get away with everything.
But when you try to manufacture cool, that shit come off as corny.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be organic. It has to somehow
Right.
they gotta get cool organically. And I think ultimately that's Xbox's greatest issue. And I think that's why when Phil Spencer comes out, even if we drop a game that's an 11 out of 10, it's still not gonna do anything for us. I think they might not know that. They might know in the public they just not cool. They have to somehow be cool. There was once upon a time Xbox was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think we're long past those days. I think Microsoft has to find a way to get cool again. I think honestly it's just really
too
that
late?
simple.
Is it
I think it's
too
really that
late?
simple. I really think it's just that simple.
hard.
Xbox just needs
Yeah.
to get cool. They need to be cool. It needs to be the cool thing. And once it gets that, then I think sales of their consoles and stuff like that and the stuff will pick up. But right now, I think if you go outside, I think the overall conversation is Xbox is really, it's, their time is kind of came and went type of situation, right? I think that's why.
But for you to say like they people still prefer to buy their games that we're seeing, and Microsoft to be so balls deep in the Game Pass and it only being like 10%. I think that's all the evidence we needed to know to see why they're trying to go bring their games elsewhere. Yeah, like
why made that point?
Why else would you do that?
That's what I was trying to explain to Kid Smooth. We dropped Hi-Fi Rush. I said this. We dropped Hi-Fi Rush in Game Pass. Okay, our Game Pass subscriptions. Let's just for a scenario that our Game Pass subscriptions didn't grow. We didn't get new people to come into Game Pass. We also didn't sell a shit ton of copies either. So what else do you think they're gonna do? Like, what's the other logical thing? Is either that, we keep on bleeding money until we have to close down some studios, or we start putting our games elsewhere. Like, what's the options
now?
That's what I'm saying. They have so much studios that they can't just afford to sit down and make games not underperform, especially games that costing all these millions to make.
That boy Satya Nadella, he. Every time he get a chance to speak, he can't wait to tell you where the games is going. Well, we can't wait to
then
put our
Phil
games
Spencer is
on
gonna
PC,
come around.
PlayStation, Nintendo, we want them everywhere.
Then Phil Spencer comes around, is like, nah. I think what we're trying to say is he comes to try to clean it up. That's what's been the whole narrative. Like the CFO might say something.
When the CFO and CEO talking,
the CEO say something
you can do.
That Phil Spencer comes back to the core guys and kind of cleans it up a little bit to give them hope. But the reality of the fact is Microsoft owns too much for them to keep everything, strictly on Game Pass and Xbox. They own too much. some of the games are gonna have to cross over. They're gonna have to cross over.
Yeah.
Just to even make money, probably. Just to even fun. They're gonna have to cross over, man. So I think it's just it's logical and it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Because ain't no way you looking at that if that 10% number is accurate and you like, well, yeah, Game Pass is definitely a smart thing to keep relying on. But how 10% of people and all of gaming are only using subscription services, so that's not enough. And you can't rely on. I guess you can't rely on people to just outright buy it on the Xbox platform because I don't think you would do Game Pass.
There's not a lot of consoles out there. It's just not a consoles out there even for it to be a factor. You know what I'm saying? Because we're hearing reports that the Series S is somewhere around like the 25. Series SX is like 25 million mark. You know what I'm saying? Apparently it's around that. Like they're not going crazy in the consoles to even sell a shit ton of copies of games like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're definitely in a really interesting situation. And J-Man, I think the next 3-4 years is going to be very, very telling.
Yeah, it's going to be some major
telling. I think there's going to be big change in the next even the short term, 3-4 years. I think there's going to be some major changes in terms of how even Xbox is going to move, especially after, these games drop. I think they're really going to be paying attention to see how the increase in Game Pass, how it's growing. Because you already heard what they said, in the courtroom. They said 2027, the Game Pass growth.
We
it's
out.
not there yet. We might be out of the business, bro. We might be out.
So,
which I don't want. I actually don't want that. Some people want Xbox to die, but I don't think it's good if we just have Sony and Nintendo. I don't think that's good because that means Sony's going to take advantage of the consumers, and you already see what they're doing.
They already doing it.
$10 upgrade.
They already doing it.
Yeah, you don't want them to get too much power, or it's gonna be a bad situation just for us. But hey, console wars, they don't think that far, right? They don't. Think that. The Warriors don't think that far.
Staying on that subscription joint, the Ubisoft dude, I don't know if you saw this, but he came out and said like there is opportunity. Speaking on like that 10%, there's opportunity for subscription services to grow, but people have to be okay with not owning their games, and that had the timeline going crazy. Because I don't know. I think, to be honest, I think people are okay with that. They just don't know it. Like, I think a lot of people feel that when they buy a game digitally,
they own it.
Like,
that's
they own that shit.
But they don't. No one reads the fine print. No one reads the fine print of all of this, J-Main.
They could take that shit at any moment and it's over. Shut down the game and it's done. Take it off the store and it's over.
It's illusion.
I don't think people know that because they haven't done that a lot and it hasn't happened like widespread. But yeah, like you said, it's an illusion. Like, okay, I bought this. It's on my dashboard. I can download it. It's fine. But you already don't own that shit. So I don't know.
Especially if you buy it digitally and you can't play the game offline and all sorts of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you own it physical, some physical games, you could be offline and you could pop it in. You actually could play it. Right now, Nintendo's probably doing the best when it comes to quote unquote the whole preservation thing. You know what I mean? They're like physical, doing the best. Yeah, they're probably doing the best. But yeah, James,
outside of PC,
I'm in the belief that people have no problems paying for their games, bro. People have no issue spending the money to pay for their games.
I mean that's what we've been doing for the longest. So
people have no issue with that. I don't know why there's this new narrative that like no one wants to buy games. I think people are have no issue spending the money to buy the game that they want. Simple.
Yeah, who?
It's just that simple.
Hold on.
Well, while you're looking at that, I'm gonna read some super chat donations real quick. This one's from Ruffle Mutt. He says, "I have more faith in Obsidian than Bethesda." A lot of people be saying that, The L Web 100, appreciate the super chat donation. He says, "I avow to never play that trash." Oh my god, bro. I see what you did there. Ruffle Mutt again. He says, "Want to run in a mill gritty gameplay, a Skyrim mod?" What is he trying to say? I want to run a mill gritty.
What happened?
Want a run in a mill gritty gameplay, a Skyrim mod?
I think you talk about
I think something about Avowed and okay.
Motherfucker, they showed us a gritty game. You acting like we just
initially when they showed us it was a dark gritty.
They showed us a gritty game. They changed it up. You can't expect us not to notice that. Like, what the fuck?
Retromatic has been a member for 8 months. I appreciate you. He says, "Salute to the pod." Bias Gamer 77 says, we don't needed another." See, y'all making that I can't read, but y'all not writing the shit properly, bro. Not that I can't read, bro.
Another
We
third
don't
person.
needed another third person Uncharted Pew game. We don't need another third. I think that's what he meant to say. Another third
Yo,
person
we
Uncharted Pew
absolutely
Pew
do
game.
need another third person Uncharted Pew Pew game. People love it. The fuck.
Appreciate the super chat donations, guys. Appreciate it. J-Main, is there anything left to discuss on this podcast before we get out of here, bro?
I don't think there's
I
anything
think
really burning a hole in my
not really,
soul.
man. I don't feel like covering some of these smaller topics like that. I think I like talking about the big shit and
Yeah.
getting out of here, man. You already know how we do it, guys. Um,
Let's
is there
see.
anything? I'm looking at the list of topics that we have. The rest
Um,
of all this shit kind of boring. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
that PS5 shit. You want anything about the PS5 2024? I know that was a little conversation at the beginning of the year about the whole first party shit
It's not
PlayStation putting out.
first party is not existent. I don't know what is
First party
what else
studio
to,
games, yeah, definitely
yeah,
non-existent.
they're not existent right now. Right now,
Yeah,
Xbox has a better first party studio lineup than PlayStation. That's just a fact. I'm sorry to tell you
yeah,
guys
because
that.
PlayStation don't
PlayStation
got
has some
one.
great third party partnerships with Rise of the
For
Ronin
sure.
and Final Fantasy. You can make the
Stellar
argument
Blade.
like, yeah, I'd rather play those games than whatever Xbox are. You can make that argument, but if we're just talking about strictly in-house, Xbox got the better in-house games as of right now, and we'll probably have it for the year. Like I said, I think this is a gear up year for PlayStation. This is the year that they got to show us what they got. I'm a firm believer. This is the year that they got to pull up Ghost of Tsushima, show us Naughty Dog's new IP. This is the year that they show us their future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's this. I think this is a setup year. Let's see if I'm wrong by the end of the
We're
year.
definitely
But I
going
feel
to see
like it's a setup
Wolverine
year.
gameplay this year, even though
Yeah,
we,
proper.
you know, that the leaks happen.
Yep.
But yeah, I think they definitely going to want to get something out.
Yeah, this is a
'Cause,
setup
you know,
year. For sure. E-Rock has been a member for 32 months. Jesus Christ. I appreciate you. He says, Avowed looks y'all hating.
Hey, have fun with
I don't
that, my
know.
brother.
I'm going to check it out on Game Pass, man. We're going to see what's up.
Have a
Definitely see what's
blast.
up. But yeah, man, I don't think there's anything burning for us to discuss. So we ain't going to force no topics to talk about that we don't really care about. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. J-Main,
Let's do it.
it's a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure always talking with you.
Always.
Talking games. Let's wrap it up. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Once again, hitting the like button. If you haven't, do that. We go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Shout out to the first time listeners. Shout out to the last time listeners too. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversation. And we will be back next week. I am working on some videos, man. You know what I mean? I am working on some videos. So expect some new shorts.
Some more heat on the way.
On the channel. Like I said, hopefully I'll have my hands on Hellblade 2 soon from PlayStation. Shout out to my people at PlayStation. Great people. And I'll be working on a review for that as well. J-Main, what do you got planned coming up on your channel?
Yeah, definitely gonna be putting out a video talking more about, you know, the developer direct. Trying to do some live streams this weekend. I want to get my hands on the Prince of Persia game, Last of Us No Return mode. Definitely want to check that out.
Tuning in.
Yeah, just to get back into the flow of putting out content. You know, my 2024 starts now in terms of content. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. All right, with that.
Oh, Troy, you see Troy Baker playing Indiana Jones?
He's playing everything, bro. He legit plays everything.
It ain't a video game bag he don't like. Sheesh. It's in everything.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys next week. Hope everybody has a blessed night. Y'all stay safe, man. We want to see you back.